in free trade, but we have to make a better deal than that.
Are there any free trade agreements that we've entered into that you're in favor of?
Not too many. I think NAFTA has been a total disaster.
Can you think of any that you favor?
Not too many. Maybe none. Look, Ford's building, I told you, Ford's building a plant in Mexico. Okay? What good does that do? What good does it do? They're hiring thousands of people, all Mexican, which is fine for Mexico.
Isn't that what free trade's about?
No, because we don't get anything. We never get anything. What do we get out of it? We don't get anything. Does Mexico come here and build a plant in the United States?
No, but they buy more goods.
No, they don't really. They buy goods made in Mexico. They buy goods made in Mexico.
We export
if you
a lot
check
more
it.
to Mexico than we did before NAFTA.
No, but you take a look at the other way around. Let's put it this way. If this were a profit and loss statement, and you looked at China versus the United States, Japan versus the United States, Mexico, we lose a fortune with every deal we have.
So I have just one word for Mr. Trump. Basta. Enough!
About this over and over again. What we should be talking about are all the significant problems we have in this country, like entitlement reform, which we've talked about. We should be talking about education reform, and not continue to be talking about all this stuff. Enough. We've answered the question.
But did he send the wrong signal or not? Because you said you're going to be all about straight talk.
Well, this will be the 15th time I've answered.
Donald Trump owes every American veteran, and in particular John McCain, an apology.
Jeb Bush saying, quote, enough with the slanderous attacks. Senator John McCain and all our veterans, particularly POWs, have earned our respect.
Unconfirmed reports resurfaced that escaped Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman allegedly put a $100 million bounty on Donald Trump's head. And this isn't the first the drug kingpin and the GOP frontrunner have traded barbs. El Chapo reportedly told inmates before he escaped from prison that he was offended by Trump's racist remarks about Mexican immigrants, according to Telesur. He was mad. He wants Donald Trump dead and will pay any amount of money if it meant he could have Donald Trump's head, an anonymous inmate told Most Extreme News, which has a reputation as a satirical news site, meaning this could just be another hoax.
That is some group of people, thousands. So nice. Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you. It's great to be at Trump Tower. It's great to be in a wonderful city, New York. And it's an honor to have everybody here. This is beyond anybody's expectations. There's been no crowd like this. And I can tell you, some of the candidates, they went in, they didn't know the air conditioner didn't work. They sweated like dogs. They didn't know the room was too big because they didn't have anybody there. How are they going to beat ISIS? I don't think it's going to happen. Our country is in serious trouble. We don't have victories anymore. We used to have victories, but we don't have them. When was the last time anybody saw us beating, let's say, China in a trade deal? They kill us. I beat China all the time. All the time. When did we beat Japan at anything? They send their cars over by the millions. And what do? When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo? It doesn't exist, folks. They beat us all the time. When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us, at our stupidity. And now they're beating us economically. They are not our friend, believe me. But they're killing us economically. The U.S. has become a dumping ground for everybody else's problems. Thank you. It's true. And these are the best and the finest. When Mexico sends its people They're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards, and they tell us what we're getting. And it only makes common sense. It only makes common sense. They're sending us not the right people. It's coming from more than Mexico. It's coming from all over South and Latin America, and it's coming probably from the Middle East. But we don't know, because we have no protection and we have no competence. We don't know what's happening. And it's got to stop. And it's got to stop fast. Islamic terrorism is eating up large portions of the Middle East. They become rich. I'm in competition with them. They just built a hotel in Syria. Can you believe this? They built a hotel. When I have to build a hotel, I pay interest. They don't have to pay interest because they took the oil that when we left Iraq, I said we should have taken. So now ISIS has the oil. And what they don't have, Iran has. And in and I will tell you this, and I said it very strongly, years ago, I said, and I love the military, and I want to have the strongest military that we've ever had, and we need it more now than ever, but I said, don't hit Iraq, because you're going to totally destabilize the Middle East. Iran is going to take over the Middle East. Iran and somebody else will get the oil, and it turned out that Iran is now taking over Iraq. Think of it. Iran is taking over Iraq, and they're taking it over big league. We spent $2 trillion in Iraq. $2 trillion. We lost thousands of lives, thousands in Iraq. We have wounded soldiers who I love. I love. They're great. All over the place. Thousands and thousands of wounded soldiers. And we have nothing. We can't even go there. We have nothing. And every time we give Iraq equipment, the first time a bullet goes off in the air, they leave it. Last week I read 2,300 Humvees. These are big vehicles were left behind for the enemy. 2,000, you would say maybe 2, maybe 4. 2,300 sophisticated vehicles they ran, and the enemy took them. You're right.